Let's get AA on OPFOR, option for leadership.
So by the way, another Liru Shenanigans video coming out tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is Ems's
Let's get SOG on N4.
POV Shenanigans, so we'll see how that goes.
on N4. Let's get the 13th on N4. Let's get 242 on N4. Let's get Tau on OPFOR. Let's get TFG on OPFOR. Let's get TK on OPFOR. If you are an individual player playing with Centaur, you may slot on OPFOR. Scandi Recon, come N4. Ant, OPFOR. 1RW, OPFOR. TFG, OPFOR. One RW, you all are OPFOR.
Gotcha.
And if you are, well, let's let that balance. I know I just called a bunch of people out all at once.
Yeah, so you're really gonna skew the numbers if you don't get in here and start slotting.
There's one more on OPFOR at least. I have to restart Arma.
All right, if you are not currently slotted, you need to come N4. So if you are an individual player not slotted, fill in on N4.
Anderson, I missed it. Where'd you call 13th?
13th is on N4.
Yep, so you're going to be given a few extra guys for independent, but that's just going to be for the extra technical crews. Numbers advantage is going to be really important to keep for this operation. Just have to see how things go. We're at 110. 115. Okay, Jesus.
Alrighty. Let's say 60 seconds on the clock. Mountain, get your company together.
Thank you.
It's going to be pretty standard if you ask me.
Platoon 1, you need a squad lead for both Alpha and Bravo. And I need somebody to be platoon lead for second platoon.
Is that for OPFOR?
Yes.
We have one more TSB on the server that can take Alpha squad leads. And Bravo, I don't know.
I took squad lead for Alpha. Please, one of my guys in Alpha 1 go to squad team leading.
Okay, Greg, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
You like leading stuff?
You want me to become sergeant on your...
No. Pierce, hop back down to where you were. Legs, you're going to be a second platoon lead.
Alrighty, tidy. Where the fuck,
Whew. Piet you, hop into one of the hop into the ammo bearer role for Olaf and Bassbeard. And we seem to be
Here,
good.
while they set that up, I'm going to check the
Right.
multi-twitch
Somebody needs to squat in the Bravo squad lead.
to see if there's anyone that has
need to be in
dropped.
Alpha 1 team lead.
Norris, I'm volunteering
Boston
you.
wants to join me to Shoutcast round 2, so I'll say yes to that. Bad Wolf.
I would recommend against
It says
that.
starting soon. Okay.
Risk, I'm volunteering you.
And Nemesis has a face cam. All right, so
that's
Ghost
60
among
seconds. You can sort the
user
rest of it out in
drops.
chat if you'd like. Drake, you got 60 seconds. Get your company together.
Wait, did he? It just gave a loading screen last second. Hold up. Gotta check again.
Second platoon's looking good. Do I need technical drivers or are they unlocked?
They're unlocked.
Copy that.
Okay, he is live. All right, cool. Cool.
I'm gonna let first platoon organize your men as you see fit. Everything else is good
People
for me.
don't want to lead. Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, I'm fine.
N4 is good.
Alrighty, let's push it to map screen. We are about to go into the second round of FnF. If you got guys that are a little late to the party, get them in here. They do got plenty of time to get in. You're looking at about 15 minutes or so. If you all enjoy the event and you like to rewatch everything that's going on, we do have a myriad of streamers that stream. We have Liru that does a fantastic shoutcast. Barbarian does a fantastic shoutcast as well as a bunch of independent streamers who stream first-person perspectives. If you ever miss a FnF event and you want to get the experience, don't worry, you can get the experience because there's a shit ton of streamers and you can get pretty much every angle. As I continue to fill the void here while we load this map, I do want to point everybody to the rules. Once again, please be familiar with that. And if for whatever reason your squad leader, platoon leader goes off of comms, do try to fill that in. It does make for a better experience when people roll on their communications. And can I get a brief?
Yeah, attack defend.
What's that
Green
be
attack,
nice
red
to
defense. It's a
Barbarian?
uplink game
You
mode.
shit on
Gotta
everything,
hack terminals,
man.
2-minute timer on each, and it doesn't matter what order.
All right, any questions from our company leaders?
You said non-sequential?
I know, but that makes you a Debbie Downer.
Correct.
No
Copy.
questions for OPFOR.
Alrighty, well, let's get this started. Round 2 of FNF starts.
Oh God,
right
wait,
now.
no, I need to get in the couch before he does it. Oh God, TeamSpeak, no. TeamSpeak, no. Everything's moving around. There we go, there's the couch. Okay, so round is a go. Hitting my P and J keys to activate tracers and lock them in. We have Independent over here by the barns. They have, I love it. I love it. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, this. Oh, it's so cute. We have 2762 technicals, and we've got. This is amazing. Here, let me find Boston to make sure I give him the pass here. You went to T-FAR, that's why. But wow, yeah, it does look like something I would do. That's why I love it. I'm gonna turn the music up just a touch. But oh, it's just, I love seeing other people's custom compositions like that. And we also have a bunch of transport Vics out here for Independent. I want to look at Independent to see if they got the C2 team. They did, and the launcher was an RP. Oh, so they just gave him another RPG. So there's not really any specific AT weapon squad for it. All right, that's kind of sucky. I wish they had a like some HE rounds or something cool, you know? Let's look at OPFOR's C2. They also get an RPG, so it's basically RPG mirror matches. They might have different warheads, though. Maybe some OG warheads, actually, for, you know, HE capability. Meanwhile, OPFOR's Force, we already have a Gaz driving back. What are their technicals? What do they look like? All right, 2 gun trucks. The DshKs mounted up on that little plank. So technicals versus gun trucks. I like it. I like it. Oh, I always make cursed stuff. That's the fun of it. So anyway, looking at these terminal sites, the first terminal is in this nice little fortified area here. It's got a nice little exterior wall, but it's not complete. Terminals right down here. OPFOR and Independent both know the exact sites of the terminals. Terminal 2 has a nice little custom base around it. I personally really like this, but it is surrounded by force, so it's really hard to keep track of potential enemy forces coming in to basically get right up close and personal to make this into a nasty CQB engagement. Pick up. And then we have this AO, which has a decent perimeter here, but this is Chernaris Winter, which means a lot of these houses are going to be cereal boxes, but we do have this building right here that is enterable, so interesting. Very, very interesting. If I was OPFOR, Not gonna lie, all three of these AOs seem a little decent to hold, but if I were to objectively look, I would do what Twig King did. I'd check to see the defensives of this AO so I'd know what it would look like. This isn't bad. That's not a bad spot to hold, to be honest. It's just surrounded by forests, which makes it a bit tough, but there's no assets except technicals, gun-mounted things, so... I'm not gonna lie, I would literally just ask my platoon commanders what they felt more comfortable defending. I'd set one platoon to one and one platoon to the other and keep it at that. If I was GREENFOR, I would assault from the south. I'd have a force also coming around in this forested area and turn that into a pincer movement. Then I would displace, because I'm not crossing that fucking airfield, I would probably go around the northern corner, and send my units in from over here. That would also let me send units up here to overwatch that next terminal. And then after Terminal 2 was taken, I would push them along the forest and then go up to Terminal 1. I don't know. It's an interesting mix of things here. So what happens when they interact with the terminals, guys, is... they have to touch it. Probably it's a 10-second animation for the hack. Not really animation, actually. It's just holding the enter key down to the space bar. Then this opens the terminal, and then a 2-minute timer is going to go down. They can change that timer. Usually it's either a minute 30 or 2 minutes. And as long as a defending unit doesn't go up and do the 10-second animation, or it might just be an instant click to turn it off, after 10 minutes, 2 minutes, excuse me. I read 10 minutes right there. That's why. After 2 minutes go by, you're going to start hearing this beep. It's going to say it's completed, and then after 10 or 15 seconds, again, depending on what the people choose, a GBU is going to spawn on it. Yes, the big bomb, that's just the texture they use, and it's going to blow up the building, or at least cause significant damage to it, and then the terminal is going to be hidden to show that the terminal self-destructs. It's a cool tactic. All right, still waiting on Boston to come and join me. I'm willing to bet Boston is probably going to play first. Yep. And then once he dies, he'll come and join me to shoutcast the rest. So that should be interesting. But yep, interact tac, that's another good way to put it. All right, so since we have a little bit of time, let me talk about what's going on next week. So tomorrow is going to be an off day for myself. I'm going to go out with Bloodwing, go do some cooking at a friend's house. She's also teaching me how to drive, so that's fun. Sunday will be a public op. It's going to be a really interesting one because I also have a T3/vet squad there of Vipers. Not to be PvP, but just to help the player base along. So we'll see who takes that if people show up anyway. But that's going to be a fun one where it's going to have a game of Battleship in the middle of it. Then we have the next T3 finish up. Monday is going to be a VDV Russian airborne op, and then maybe an armor op, or actually, depending on if we have time for it, either the the armor only op, or another IED course made by yours truly, because it's about time we had another one. From there, let's see. I think that's going to be it for Monday for me. Tuesday, we're going to have a Star Wars Star Sim op for a Mandalorian group, because those are the guys I'm grooming for Project 16. Wednesday, we're going to have the 4th operation in Project 12 for the 506, so the zombie stuff. Thursday is going to be interesting. So first off, there's going to be a mini Friday night fight done with a different community. If you guys see NASA on the field, he's the guy that invited me to shoutcast it. We're going to basically have, I think, 1 round extra of just some small scale PvP stuff. I believe that is 1 life too. So a little extra bit of PvP if you guys like it, again, because I try to expand on what you guys enjoy. That's going to be done from 3 to 5 in BIA's time slot, because again, I'm not doing BIA stuff anymore. Then it's going to be 5 to 7. I have an armor op plans. It's going to be Monday's armor op if we don't run it. If we do run it, then it's going to be something else. I wrote it down. I already forgot what it is. And then from 7:30 to 10, I'm working on another different new community for a Purge election year small scale op. More on that later, but that's what I want to make. And then if I'm not armored out, 10 o'clock to midnight will be the TMTM operation. So Thursday is becoming a powerhouse day. And then Friday, we're back to Friday night fights. But then that coming Saturday at 8 p.m., we'll have a 700 Zeus up with some custom demon scripting and some really cool AOs that I made last week. Actually, I think it was 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago, something like that. I made it a while ago. But I got to start working on their next AO too, but that's down the pipeline. And then, of course, we have a new project I'm not advertising over Friday Night Fights, but you'll start seeing me advertise it more next week. Project 16 is going to basically be what if we took, like the simplest way to put it is what if we took Makarov's PMC campaign, either one he tried to do with all the spreadsheets, all the background, all the keeping track of people's money, and we put it in a Star Wars setting. I've had this idea. I originally wanted to do it with the Zon Consortium, but I had to kind of alter it for the Mandalorian group I'm going to start working for, which is a friend of mine's unit from Starsim. He's also the guy I'm going over tomorrow with Bloodwayne to cook, because I went over at his place Tuesday and we also cooked. So, really the money is going to go to just taking time off work to develop new spreadsheet tables. This is the third one I've done for a project, so it's not going to be too hard. The second one was for Project 12, 13, and 14, and I think 15? Yeah, all those projects, well, the zombie stuff, and then Project 10, AK-77, which, by the way, I do have it scheduled. I will take another crack at Project 10 in January, after school finishes, because the spreadsheets I gotta make for that project are gonna make Project 16 look like a joke. What happened to the motorcycle op? I still have it. We might run it on a Monday. I just want to wait till TSB improves their communication. Because giving an op that is hellbent on communication to a bunch of brain death toddlers isn't gonna make for good content to either watch or play. So it's shelved. The op is ready to go. It's just shelved. I just want to make sure TSB improves its communication. They had a great op on Thursday. The public op last Sunday was also good. They're on an upwards trend. So maybe next Monday we'll see it as an option. But don't hold your breath. Be advised, that sounds like a good time. Thank you. I appreciate it. Why did you say be advised? I don't really think that was a priority message there. Don't start. Don't start. All right, so looking back in, because I've been leaning on my chair to give all of that. Looks like OPFOR couldn't decide which AO to defend either. They're defending all three. We have a group that's gone up here and made some random fortifications. Not the best idea. Usually you want to save those fortification points for the AOs themselves, especially at Terminal 1. It could have really benefited from making a perimeter here. But instead, it looks like they're going to dig it out. So a little bit of a squander resource there. Looks like they're going to ditch Terminal 2, actually, and leave that one for the crows, which I get. Again, the forest all around it makes it easier for enemies to come up and hit it. So that makes sense. But Terminal 3, which is the one closest to the enemy, they're also going to take, because, I mean, it's a military base. It seems pretty well defensive, but for the amount of units they have in here and how close the forests are, it might not work out too much. What OPFOR really wants to do is watch these outbound, this outer perimeter here for Independent to come in, and that would be a better firefight than the actual place itself, because once Independent starts getting into these tree lines, they're going to be a little harder to track. So we'll see how things go. OPFOR still has a lot of units up here to deploy. We also see what I think is going to be a hunter team, because this is... no, it's 2 people in the gas. I don't know. We'll see where OPFOR decides to put its marksmen. I think GREENFOR, if they just stick together, it won't be too hard for them. But I have no idea what's going on with Bad Wolf, but he's suffering. And we have people mounting up in the technicals. I want to see this puppy used. I want to see 2 dudes mounted. I want to see my Bane bus. Oh, that's a dream. But suffice to say, guys, I'm getting busy. We're pumping out some new lines of content for you. I hope you enjoy it. And if you don't, let me know, and I'll see what I can do to change. But again, my priority is the players and making missions for them, or spectating their PvP. The viewers are secondary. And I'm not afraid to tell you that. Just trust me, when they have fun, you guys are gonna have fun too. I hope. Could be wrong. 1 minute left. Phrasing? I don't even know what was phrasing right there. I'll be curious to see what round 3 does. And looks like Independent... They've got a few different flanks forming. We got Platoon HQ coming around. This usually means that the marksman and someone from Platoon HQ are right there. They're just drawing circles. But I will be curious to see what Independent's battle plan is based on the fact that OPFOR has done this with their battle plan. They also have a medic that's AFK. Quest! He's on a quest to go make nachos. And is there going to be an explosive trap done here? Who are you? Casey. Casey is not a demo guy, though. But he does have a big backpack, so anything's possible. So we'll probably see Independent push, hit the objectives with a unified force. OPFOR will try to get behind Independent as they do that, because we see 2 cars kind of pulled around. And the operation has begun. So where is it going to go? What is going to be done? Independent, I thought they were breaking off to do a pincer move. No, they are going to go all on one unified flank. That's not a bad call. Just make sure they separate out. Oh my gosh, you can point both DshKs forward. You can point them both. They're both 360. Oh, that's so cute. It's finicky, but it's so cute. I love it. They're going to all go up this forested route. Maybe they don't have to hit Terminal 3 first. They can just go completely around, deploy up here, hit the other terminals, and then go to Terminal 3. But honestly, Terminal 3 is tough to go because everywhere around has an open field to it, you know? Terminal 2, surrounded by forest, a lot of ways that you can get into the forest from way outside where you can see Terminal 2. Terminal 1 just a town, a lot of openness around it, but there's at least some buildings you can get to stage from. So either way, Terminal 3 is the hardest one to do, but OPFOR doing a mass dismount up this forest. I think they're going to try to push a lot of dudes down this way. That's going to be tough. So the only issue with Independence attacking one terminal at a time is time. Because if they run out, as they're trying to get terminals cleared to steamroll, OPFOR wins by default. So what Independent needs to do is make sure that they are keeping that steamroll going. How many players on this one? Well, it's about... I measured it out 115. We did have some disconnects, though. We are at 112. So around 115. That's why I added a little tilde there. Because, people disconnect as things happen, because a lot of people on a server can be a bit messy. OPFOR, they could have pushed up to this forest and dismounted. They're just trying to play it a little cautious. And you have, excuse me, GREENFOR / Independent did it. OPFOR, they've done a good job, though. They pushed a lot of guys out, and they're trying to get some scouting data, try to see where GREENFOR is going to push in from. I'm not sure if they've noticed that Independent have all pushed up in that forested area. They're looking around, but there's just too much in the way for that team to notice. I'm also going to hit page up a bit. We're going to try to get the max range. So it's about 1 kilometer here is our max range. I'm going to put myself right on the edge. And yeah, I can see up to that forest. So a little over 1 kilometer is this max range for render distancing here. The engines of those Vics are loud, though. This is a few hundred meters away, and you can actually hear that gas pretty distinctly through the music. If you ask me, at least. What Independent wants to make sure they absolutely avoid here, though, is going through any open fields. But funneling this many guys through this narrow of a choke point, if OPFOR notices and puts a machine gun over here and just fires in the woods with that saturation of Independent forces there, they'd be hard-pressed to not hit something with bullets, man. So I like Independent's plan, don't get me wrong, but just keeping everyone this close together could be very messy. Yeah, it's because with their mod set, there isn't really that much for winter camos. They are using, fun fact, in the winter campaign I gave the 506, this is a desert camo for, I think the Iranians or Iraqis. But it works as a really good winter camo too, so that's why I gave my special forces on the big bad side, even though it turns out they weren't the big bad side, that camo. So Independent has some pretty good camo there, but OPFOR I think is still going to be that solid green. Yep. But OPFOR is basically trying to find where this Independent push is coming to. If you see any of these characters light up, by the way, if they go white for half a second, it means they fired their gun. Or threw a grenade. Smoke or frags, we don't know. So 5 minutes have elapsed. We have some gases pushing up. It is possible OPFOR's found GREENFOR, though unlikely based off of the angles OPFOR's on. I think they're just trying to reprioritize forces because they've noticed that GREENFOR hasn't moved over here. So I think they're thinking that GREENFOR is somewhere over here. So a lot of forces being moved. I'm willing to bet they're gonna, nope, they're gonna go straight down to, again, keep looking for Independent. So those forces pulled off of Terminal 3. This is actually going to be really good for Independent because less eyes are going to be over there to see this massive push come in. So a little bit of a misplay by OPFOR. They're trying to go overly aggressive to find this force. But at the same time, it's not the best of ideas. So I've noticed I'm not getting the plus markers when I scroll in, so I'm going to quickly relog here. We're not going to miss anything because they're maneuvering, but 118 is officially listed right there. So 118 people on the server, but there was only 112 or 13 in the TeamSpeak. 112 are in the TeamSpeak channel. Oh, no, 113. Never mind. That number literally just changed, so that's just a difference of active players to what's going on. Hit the page up button a few times, hit P and J, and hopefully now we can see number counts, because sometimes the that thing glitches out. But they have dismounted the vehicles. If I look at the technicals, I should be able to see them. Nope. All right, so this is something in the server then that's borked. Or just still glitched out. Either way, I want to see this technical used. I need to have another Toyota war. We had one recently with the Desert War, but I want to make some more custom technicals, man. That's so fun to do. We've seen some Friday Night Fight missions with mortars with HE rounds. I've seen 2, but I've also seen 2 that had smoke rounds, and that mortar is never used when it's only smoke. So it's kind of useless to give it, in my opinion. Because one was on the offensive team, one's on the defensive team, and neither team's touched them. Because smoke, like, you just have smoke you can throw instead, but you could also use it as a baited distraction. But look at this independent force pushing up here, man. OPFOR honestly does not have a clue, which is funny because they've weeded out every place they could go. I'm really surprised that OPFOR hasn't figured this out, you know, by default. Because if anyone leaves the zone, they're automatically teleported back in unless they're in a helicopter. So this is like the one route that's left. What? Are you dumb? Did you just... Who did that? Let's give him a warm welcome. Who's the dumbass? Bro, you have an entire platoon moving in here. He's wearing your camo. He has an SA fit. Well, I mean, OPFOR should fucking know where Independent is now. You still call it blue on blue, but it's like... I think these guys are waiting until they hear movement to come in. They've knocked over all the walls too. They're trying to make this inviting, but... I genuinely don't get it. Like, everyone is here. Everyone is moving this. Why do you turn around and think, oh, that's a bad guy when you're in the middle of a fucking platoon formation? Like, I don't mean to rag on anyone. I don't mean to, you know, bully anyone for stuff like that, but... Why? You literally... And he was a leader. Right? It was, gosh. I mean, I thought he was in a leadership role. It was Rust. Where's Rust on this roster? Yeah, he's a team leader. So I would assume he would know, or at least be told, like, you know, hey, there's this force coming by, right? Like, we're moving in the same direction. Like, God, if I feel so bad for Quigley right now. There was absolutely no reason for that to happen. Like, I'm not gonna lie, if that happened to TSB, that'd probably be a 3-day. Like, because you cannot be that dumb. If ever... I'm sorry, I'm gonna get off the topic, but that's just... I just feel so bad for Quigley, because he just was doing what he was told, and now he's gonna just spend the rest of this op in spectator mode. Because someone... I don't know. I don't know. I mean, the 3-day or 7-day would be debatable. I'd do a 3-day because that's griefing, and I could. No, you're right. It would be a 7 because a 3-day would imply that, you know, a 3-day is griefing in TSB. So, you know, like getting flashbanged and it was done like maliciously or something. But how would you honestly think that this guy's in the middle of where you just moved, where your entire platoon's moving? Why would you think he's hot? Like, God, that would be a common sense tag, like, strip, too. Like, Jesus Christ. I know, Norwich. I'm sorry, just, I'm wrapping my head around it. Anyway, we're about to have first contact here, because these guys are all, like, left and right leaning here. Oh, God. That's 2 PKPs. They're gonna hear those smoke grenades getting popped. I'm tempted to go into TFAR just to listen to their local chatter. They're totally gonna, like, spring up and just shoot a bunch of dudes. These are the types of plays I'm talking about where you want to make sure your KD is positive here. And that rooftop doesn't really have a lot of cover, though. And we're hearing some distant shots over here. Oh, God, Twig King going up on that position on his own. Not a good idea. I was going to say not a bad idea, but then you got OPFOR guys now pincering this one position. They have a platoon of independent guys they don't even know about. Oh, these guys have to hear it. They know people are around. They know a lot of people are around. I'm waiting to see him spring up and go for it. You've got an OPFOR technical also coming in. Timer started. 2 minutes on the clock. Grenades going out. Because I think they're popping them. There go the tracers. Not as effective as we'd all like, to be honest. I think it would be better if they heard all the footsteps and then started popping the grenades immediately. But the issue with this is, if they wait one more minute, that building's gonna explode and kill them. Meanwhile, looking over here, hold up. Twig is infiltrating this independent position. Hearing some more gunfire going out. These vehicles are engaging this group. OPFOR trying to get around. Trying to strike at who they can. And some OPFOR guys also getting caught in the open right here. There's PvP everywhere, jeez. 2 guys down on OPFOR, 1 guy still alive. It's Yin Yang. Unfortunately getting crippled, has no ammo left in his box. He's able to get 1 kill up here though. And he gets shot in the tree, so that is that OPFOR flank pretty much decimated there. Got more OPFOR coming around. Dude, Twig, man. This is awesome. Twig getting a kill. And his buddy right here doesn't even notice. Ooh, that just got noticed, though. I mean, he went 1-to-1 with that. But he is now dead. Anyway, Terminal 3 has been successfully hacked. Iceberg also sneaking in. Let's see if he can do what Twig King did, but better. He is a marksman. Trying to get a shot in. Not effective, though. This guy goes down. I don't think that was the Iceberg, though. I think that was the friendlies. What is up with GREENFOR today? And Iceberg getting caught out in the open by another guy and getting pushed by Yanni Finn, but he fucking slaps Yanni's Finn's bullshit out of here. Oh, Scandi Recon versus TSB, but unfortunately Nemesis came from a different angle and slaps Iceberg for slapping Yanni. Oh, man. And there's the double tap. Now, we still have 1 OPFOR guy in the thicket over here. He's gonna hear these footsteps coming around. Overall... Oh. There's opportunity here. This is a type of environment where you want to kill a guy, steal his gun, and then use confusing weapon audio PID to really get licks in here. So it's a lot of fell in there. And some double tapping by OPFOR here as well. So beautiful shot right there. A lot of fell getting a nice double kill right there. But I mean, honestly, I think this is AKs versus SA-58s, which are nearly identical anyway. But I mean, SA-58, I'm pretty sure is 7.62. Could be wrong on that though. Haven't seen SA-58s used in a very long time. That's interesting. I think that's a glitched out unit. But now you got these 3 GREENFOR guys running over to the trees. Oh, man. We see 2 bodies right here. Hold up. Might see some Metal Gear Solid exclamation points go over people's heads right now as they get detected. Instead, they're checking the bodies. Oh, but he didn't check his immediate lefts. Oh, and Coda drops him. That was a mistake from Lat, but he might wake back up if he's not double tapped. I say that as he gets double tapped, but good still. There's the death. All right. Oh, and another. That one I can understand because it's in the trees, but not a bad play from Lat there. So let's look at GREENFOR's skull count here. We got Twig down, Iceberg down. One of the OPFOR marksmen, Iceberg was, so, oh god, Yoda. I hate this body. And then we got 4 guys in OPFOR down that were part of that plan, but GREENFOR, we have Anderson and Martin dead, Quigley dead to his own guys, a few more skulls from this attack, Cool Breeze down. Honestly, yeah, Blue Independent's taken quite a few serious casualties here. Definitely a lot more than OPFOR. Independent had a slight numbers advantage of only just an extra few guys, but I mean, let's do a full count here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then some disconnected, but there was at least 6 dead guys on OPFOR, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11... 12, 13 skulls for Independent, so 6 to 11. That means OPFOR now has a slight numbers advantage. Still could go either way in the PvP if we keep seeing dastardly tactics like we already have, and mishaps on both. Actually, really just Independent. So anything could happen. Better question is, why is there a platoon holding the trees? I couldn't even begin to fathom that. What's that? Honestly, I would assume reserve, but I don't know. OPFOR, meanwhile, is mounting up. They're gonna probably do an attack here. We don't have the plus icons to know just how many people are in each Vic here because the interface is glitching out a little for me here, but. We have the truck technical with the 50 cal firing down. Meanwhile, Stray Dog, he's up here. Who's this over here? This is one of the GREENFOR marksmen. Cosmonaut. Let's see. 30 minutes remaining on this operation. I think 30 minutes will be enough time, but if GREENFOR keeps dragging their heels here, this might be dragged out to round, not round 3, excuse me, to time. It's going to make this one very late in FNF. Whatever happened to OPFOR's gas that went north? I think it swung around because these vehicles came around over here and now they're back trying to regroup. Oh, Stray Dog is probably about to have a bad time because he's going to drive right in the open where GREENFOR is pushing dudes out. But will GREENFOR care? Yeah, well, never mind. Bullets flying. Stray Dog lives and gets this information out that there's still dudes over there. That could be beneficial to OPFOR. But really what OPFOR needs to do is just set up a good defense around Terminal 1, maybe booby trap Terminal 2. But for how slow Independent's moving, it's not bad. Where's that double gun truck? Oh, the baby's still back here. All right. That Vic could very well accidentally land at this technical truck back here. But it looks like instead he's going to push over to where OPFOR has the rest of their forces. I don't know. Overall, FNF has been really confusing to me today with all of the maneuvers. We got a little bit of thunder in this storm. But ay. Independent, though, they need to get their Vics back to move because otherwise they're going to have to go through open areas here. But either way, okay, I am seeing some remounting back here of this force, but to the rest of the infantry, they still have to move too. Thunder Snow. Thunder Snow's terrifying. Now we're seeing some Vics being sent up. Again, more harassment in Independent's rear. That are just really cleverly done recon. But looks like Independent's mostly remounted, and they are now pushing. Truck's coming out. I'd love to see this truck chase down Stray Dog. Truck is gonna start peeking in a second. Oh god, Stray Dog's gonna drive right to it. Wonder if vehicle on vehicle ramming's a thing. Independent doesn't notice though. Why are both gunners facing forward? They should be looking at the flanks here. They know this is friendly territory. 360 is absolutely vital. And Stray Dog's gonna just... Oh my god. AT just got launched at Stray Dog. Stray Dog should have been fucking blasted. Changed my mind. So I guess Independent's pushing back here to remount in vehicles to push the next objective. But they are being slow. Yeah, so he's in a stolen Vic, by the way. Why aren't you using your... Okay. Oh, and Stray Dog gets shot in the back of the head! He was totally toying with them, let's be honest. But you gotta also think, maneuvers like that do slow down the entire platoon. Because we are at the 25-minute mark now, till op ends. And we might see Independent get a little more desperate with their movements, but at the same time, ay. At least Independent now has a truck as long as they don't shoot it up. Finn's like, hey guys, stop shooting. Stop shooting. Guys, you really need to stop shooting. He's dead. And here comes more Vic. What is this? Why aren't you gonna use your speed here if there's an entire... I can't. I don't know what's going on anymore. I got nothing. This feels silly. These other two Vics pulled around. Marksman Boyle's gonna... Okay, Marksman! Come on! Please! For the love of God! Dude! I get it. You think there's another... never mind. Dude. So this OPFOR push has been completely decimated. Someone just got shot trying to drive away, but... Alright, come on. They're getting shot at. Now you can start shooting. Alright, I'm giving this guy too much shit. Who is this? Cosmonaut? No, I get it. He doesn't know how many people are over here. He wants to keep stealthy. So he's just gonna kind of prone it out. Unfortunately, he misses those shots. Managed to get that one OPFOR guy. Gets a little bit of flack for it, though. And now OPFOR is going to remount in here. But not before Blake finds this one motherfucker to shoot. Okay. Cosmonaut's in trouble because he's going to be completely exposed on this flank. Blake's going to resort to bandaging here. As the Vic now comes back and goes, hey, wait, you should get in the car. And Cosmonaut's like, hey, look. It's an OPFOR vehicle. And that pulled Cosmonaut's attention from the other Vic. Oh, that's cute. Now here's the kicker. Is Cosmonaut gonna get shot by his own men? Still eating the clock. We're gonna get on 20 minutes. Independent's still very disorganized here. So that's what OPFOR is using its reserves for, just to run down that clock. It's working. .50 cal going up here at these vehicles that are remounting. Back tire has been shot out. I think this Vic tried to go up and pick up those other two guys, but was caught out, and the engine is now smoking. Owie. This truck coming back around. It wants more distraction. Cosmonaut, meanwhile, pulling back. I wonder if these guys are going to hear that Vic. There it is. Knocks over a pole. Dismounts, immediately getting shot at, caught with his binos in his hands. Grenadier round going over. It was a miss, though. And you're seeing some double tapping of bodies right here, I guess. But OPFOR is doing a great job just running down the clock. Ooh, OPFOR almost catching this guy out of position. Grenade was unfortunately bounced against the windowsill. And now we're in a 1-to-1. Who's going to get the headshot? And it looks like Mannerheim got the knockout and is now trying to double tap his head. Gets the kill. And Mannerheim, he is crippled, but hey, at least he won the fight. But still, this is just slowing down Independent. Independent need to get some of these forces moving in these VICs to start pushing the next few objectives, because they are now on 20 minutes. 10 minutes has been eaten up just by that OPFOR push. And OPFOR still has units to push to make it happen again. But 20 minutes to take 2 terminal sites up. Independent's window's closing. It's going to force them to make a force split. And, I mean, Independent already has lost the numbers advantage. They're going to lose it even more. Just considering the amount of skulls I'm seeing on both sides. Ooh, a 50 cal technical picking off. That was T5 Bay. His first official kill with T4 Herb driving. I mean, that was a beautiful shot. That was with iron sights, too. I mean, wow. That was great. Whew. Not gonna lie, this round's been a little, it's had its moments. It's had the cool little action moments where I like to follow one guy, like harass the entire force, but Independent Command, Drake is letting that literally harass his entire push. And it's costing him. Now, what I'm curious about is, this is a technical, yep. Actually, technically a gun truck, but they're waiting to see people push across this field, and yet we have units crossing the field. I mean, that's a gas, though, so they'll probably get confused. Be none the wiser, but... Whew. That thing's waiting to see stuff cross. I lied. It's pulling back. Guys, honestly, that would be smart. Just literally have it parked right up here, and when vehicles go by, go out and push them. You know? Aim for transport Vics that look like they'll have a lot of dudes in them. You know what I mean? Again, smart ideas. Oh, he's staying in the AO, though. That's good. I mean, hell, just have, if they had a third guy, the third guy could literally have a radio. He could be prone, not even prone. He could be standing behind a bush and go, hey, they're pushing. And then technical gets wheeled out. Literally, like, they could open the Hainer door, just wheel that bitch out, and, go crazy. Meanwhile, we have Shadow locked here on his own. Oh, he's the other marksman. He's been going around, and a quest here was found, and his quest is now over. He is dead. we're about to see the 15-minute warning called, and that will hopefully light a fire under Independent's ass. Unless this is an hour-long, in which I'm gonna be so mad. I hope this is a 50-minute. The gas looks like it actually had a few guys loaded. That was a stolen OPFOR Vic. Not a bad choice for crossing a dangerous open field like an airstrip. More guys coming in. They're going to dismount right here. That's not a bad spot, to be honest. And more independent guys mounting up. OPFOR is pulling around. I think they're going to give up on that harassment and just play it defensive. But with technically 16 minutes remaining, not a bad call. But where is that technical? God, that technical, like, Independent, they're not even, like, pushing all their units over Unified. They're doing it in chunks. Like, that's perfect for that technical, you know? Oh, are they gonna go for it? They might go for it. Here we go, boys. Unfortunately, they go for it when the double truck technical's out, and they might get spotted. So who's gonna win? The truck techie or the 50 techie? Oh, he sniped out a gunner immediately! But because a lot of the infantry have pushed over and have already deployed, now there's a lot of bullets going by. And that guy can still be mediced up. So, right idea, just delayed. There's the 15-minute warning. I don't see Independent taking both of these terminals in 15 minutes. I honestly do not. With how cautious they've been, I don't get the dismount on the airfield either. I think they're gonna walk in from here, but to get to Terminal 1 back in the town, there's no way. There's honestly no way. I'd love to see this technical come back, though, after reloading a box and continuing that harassment. Meanwhile, we have Green Shade on his own. Manages to get a kill. He's probably going to go down for it, though. Yep. Gets knocked out by Mannerheim. 1-1, but again, slowing that initial assault, getting some people wounded. Every small delay is definitely going to help at this point. But I don't know why he was on his own. That's usually frowned upon. Like, unless you're a marksman or, you know, you've been ordered to do that. Usually you want to stick with your group. OPFOR might be able to get around, get some snipes on a few stragglers, though. But there's... Oh! I love these two! I love T5 Bay, I love T4 Herb, because they literally just caught this guy out of position and shot him dead. This is the dream team for the technical crew. They've done some really good work. Doing security, like they've been warding off OPFOR vehicles. T5 Bay's gotten a snipe kill on that guy and a kill off of the marksman crawling up. That's great. That's really, really great. You know, that actually makes me curious. Yeah, there were trenches dug back here. Why? 13 minutes remaining. You know, these guys, because OPFOR isn't gonna... If I was OPFOR, I would have these guys go over and start defending Terminal 2, because at that point, it's just a stall game. By giving Terminal 2 for free, that's going to give OPFOR more time to remount and push. We also might start seeing a force split. We just have instead units... I get it, but, you know, this position's iffy, if you ask me. So this position, managing to hit these groups, but a lot of fire going back and forth here. AT is out. Managed to get another kill on one of those gunners. That rocket, no way. No way. Oh, that was so close. No, actually, it was a little over. God. That was a good attempt, though. For a tandem heat rocket, which is really hard to aim, that was a good attempt. By the way, out of curiosity, I think Boston's still alive because he hasn't come and joined me for the shoutcasting. But yeah, I mean, that's why I didn't like that position, because look, Independence is going to completely circumvent it, and they still have time now to get these objectives done. Jeez, look at Trent's world over here. So it's going to fall to the PvP. Great RPG hit. I'm not sure if T5 Bay is dead or dismounted, but definitely wounded that Vic. Now we got forces pulling out. Look at this, though. The technical pulling up behind this truck. Knocking out the gunners. Killing the driver. What a good call right there. And now we'll see if that technical now pushes around further to get some kills here. But there's another dismount moving in. It's Farks trying to get in the driver's seat to keep driving. All right. Vehicles are wrecked, tires pulled off, everything's on fire. OPFOR going down, GREENFOR pushing in, winning the PvP fight. But there's only a few of them, and just the sheer amount of OPFOR here can change it. Meanwhile, Terminal 2 has been hacked. OPFOR not in a position to capture that back. And look at the sheer amount of Independent now. Because OPFOR had so many fucking units out of position. This is gonna be a clutch for Independent. I can't believe it. Because again, OPFOR has way too many forces on outskirts instead of defending the actual objectives. They had the advantage, but god damn it. Both terminals now under hack. And wow. Why does OPFOR have so many dudes over here, like, doing nothing, you know? OPFOR focused way too much on putting units around the objective. They didn't focus on actually putting units in the objective. Yeah, and that allowed Independent to use the numbers advantage because OPFOR decided to spread themselves too thin, and it's a mess. So there's still an active battle for terminal, this terminal right here. Reinforcements are coming in, but it's only a few. I could see OPFOR taking this position back, but it's going to fall down to the PvP. 1 minute remaining. Nope. There's two OPFOR guys back here. A third one out here caught out of position. That Independent guy caught out of position. 50 seconds. Grenade being tossed in. At this point, it's do or die, guys. Put your tourniquets on. Load your mags. This is a nice, intense little fight, to be perfectly honest. Someone just got to run in there and touch it. Buckets, honestly, doing a good job this run. Fortunately, I think he just got shot in the butt. No, he's still up. 15 seconds. Someone needs to run in there and touch it. It's not going to be enough. Buckets caught medicing. Oh! No, that's GG. OPFOR, again, spread too thin. Units trickling in. You see all these tracers coming around from Independence victories because, yeah, too many guys spread out. I did not like that round. I did not like that round. OPFOR gave it to Independent, if you ask me, with that amount of forces that were spread out. Now vehicles are all ramming into each other in Arma. That was literally OPFOR's op to lose, and yeah, oof. Just major oof there.